in light of recent events, I wanted to talk about the importance of knowing your cats and trusting your gut. So, we recently brought in Fairy and Skazka, and Orshoya has notoriously not been a fan of other cats. She's just a grumpy girl. She's not a big fan of any other cats besides Rusalka and Radagast, and even then she's not like super overly affectionate. Like every now and then they enjoy playing together, but the most affection she usually shows is sleeping next to them. Well, Orshoya, around the time that we brought in the girls, but a little bit before then, was getting excessively aggressive. And what I mean by excessively is that, like, instead of just growling when they were around, she would literally lunge at them or chase them down and attack them. She was pushing Nidori. That's who she loves to pick on. She's pushing Nidori down the stairs and pushing her off cat trees, like starting to be a little bit dangerous and mean. And I've always just been like, okay, I gotta keep an eye on Orshoya, monitor her. I want my cats to be happy no matter what. My cat just fell down. No matter what, as much as I love my cats, I have to be their advocate. I have to be their mom, and sometimes they have to leave the nest because that's what's best for them. And the cattery environment is extremely hormonal, and it's not the best environment for most cats. They just can't handle it. They can't handle the amount of cats and the hormones that are involved. So I always have to keep an eye on how my cats are doing mentally. And Orshoya has never been fond of other cats, and she gets really grumpy when we have kittens and can be really mean to the kittens. Even to her own kittens, she was kind of awful too at times. When I first brought her home as a kitten, her idea of playing would be running from one of Rusalka's kittens to another, knocking them down on the ground, and she thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. So she's always been kind of a bee. I mean, you just look at her, and she has the worst RBF ever. So it wasn't just like a all of a sudden thing. It was kind of a gradual progression of aggression with her. So, it has me sitting here thinking maybe it's time to rehome her. As much as I've never wanted to rehome Orshoya, she's one of my babies. She's one of the cats in my logo. She is the matriarch of my current line. Like, I love Orshoya. If I could have every cat that I produce look like Orshoya, I would be the greatest breeder ever, in my opinion. She's just almost perfect. I love her so much. But I gotta do what's right by her, and she'd been getting increasingly aggressive, and this past weekend it got so bad that I was kind of scared of her. Like, she was getting to the point where I was worried she was going to attack me, and me trying to pull her away from the other cats that she was attacking, like, she was getting really nasty with me, and it was to the point that either she is really unhappy here and she needs to be rehomed, or there's something seriously wrong with her. And I just, with the amount of aggression and just the complete unprovokedness of it, I was just like, there's got to be something wrong with her. And I'm going to do my due diligence to find out what that is, because even if I do rehome her, I need to know what's going on with her. I need to know she's healthy before I give her to someone else. And earlier in the year, Radagast had started excessively crying, and he's super sensitive to people's emotions. Like, he will just start screaming if you have like heart palpitations or you're really anxious. If I'm really upset, he will give me away. He will let everybody in the house know that I am really stressed out. And I remembered that about him, that he was crying all the time. And I was like, well, maybe this is how this is manifesting in Orshoya. She's never had a dental. Maybe her mouth is bothering her. So I'll take her in. I'll have her get looked at. I had an inkling that maybe it was her mouth that could be bothering her. But maybe something else was painful with her. Well, we took her in yesterday. And yeah, the same tooth that was giving Radagast problems was giving Orshoya problems. And my vet was like, well, you know, I don't know if this will help to remove this tooth. Like, it's absorbing on its own. Maybe she'll get better after it does that. And I was just like, no. You know me. So, you know, even if it didn't make a difference, I had at least known that if I gave her a dental and it didn't make a difference, then at least she got a dental. Yeah. He went in today because he loves my cats, and he squeezed her in because perks of being nice to your veterinarian, be nice to them. So he squeezed her in today, and yeah, he went to go mess with that tooth, and she was flinching, sedated. So he gassed her out and removed the tooth and checked again, and she wasn't showing the signs that it was bothering her as much. So just goes to show, pay attention to what your animals do. If they're doing something out of the ordinary, like they're peeing somewhere inappropriately, they're doing something that they don't normally do, please take them to a veterinarian. Don't just automatically assume that they're just being a-holes to be a-holes. Like, I mean, I was fully invested, and that could have been why Shoya was being mean, but just that pure aggression, like unprovoked, like attacking a cat from across the house, like that didn't make any sense for Orshoya. She's grumpy, but she ain't that grumpy. She's not that evil. And yeah, she was suffering. Like, she was really hurting, and now that tooth is gone, and she is super drugged up on Valium. And yeah, the first thing she did was go up and say hi to a cat she absolutely hates. So I already know she's feeling better, and you know, she's on antibiotics and pain meds, and I'm hopeful that she's gonna stay here. But like I said, something that I always keep an eye on with my cats. It doesn't matter how much I love them. I love them more than anything, and I'm going to do what's right by them no matter how much it hurts me. They come first, and that's the sacrifice that I have to make as a breeder. I have to put my feelings aside and do what's best for the cat and for the breed. And right now, it sounds like Shoya is going to stay with us, which makes me so happy. And I'm so thankful that one of my kitten owners, one of her daughter's owners, came forward and was like, I would love to have Orshoya. If she's not happy where you are with you guys, I want her. And we'll keep an eye on her. If she's not happy here, then she's going to go live with Arwen's mom. But on the plus side, if Shoya does continue to be happy here, when we retire Nidori, her arch nemesis, Nidori's going to go live with Arwen. So Arwen's mom gets her happy ending. She's wanted another Siberian, but the cost of cats has just gone up so high that it's kept her from getting another cat. And now she may have her retired kitty from us, and it's just a happy ending all around because I paid attention to my cat and I listened to her, and I had a great relationship with my vet and got her taken care of.